Hi, this is Jonathan Cho for FP Markets. I'm just giving an update on the yens. You have basically what's looking to be a major breakout in the yen pairs, and by major breakout, I'm thinking of a move. You know, if you look back on the fall from 2016, the major move from the 100 level up to close to 120. Basically, or this is around the time where you are going to likely, there's a very good chance of a similar type of move to commence sometime soon. And it's already begun. So if you look at this dollar yen chart, this is a daily chart, you see the dollar yen rallied up. It's been correcting for a while out of this flag, and it's broken out of this, this trend line that's been hit for 4 times. And you basically had a breakout move up and then a retest, and now it looks like there's a move continuing up. What you want to watch for is this is the first, I guess, drop down pullback, but there is a chance, there is a decent chance you're actually gonna be able to get one more leg down after this. So if this, from where price is right now in the dollar yen, it drops back down to this trend line, that'll be obviously a very good time to buy. Now there is a possibility that this dollar yen could drop more than that. There is a possibility that it could drop more than that, and if it does, it doesn't really negate anything. It would just provide, I guess, a deeper price. I mean, it wouldn't necessarily be surprised, like, all that big of a deal technically, if this broke back into the 113s and even into the low 113s, high 112s. It would, at that point you would just have to take things as they go and kind of see what's going on with the other currency pairs. But for now, this trend line is going to be strong support. This is corroborated by some of the other yen pairs. If I look at, for example, dollar CAD, CAD yen, you have CAD yen from when this is a daily chart, from when it hit the highs, it's been in this correction, and it hasn't broken out of this overall, you could say, flag pattern that's been going on. If you imagine one on the downside, it hasn't really broken out of that, but you do have a break out of this small drop out of the range within the flag. So you have a falling wedge, and then you have this kind of breakout situation. So what can very well happen is if dollar yen drops, CAD yen will also very likely drop. You'll have drops in both those pairs, and when CAD yen hits this support, it'll probably be around the time dollar yen does, and that'll be a very good time to buy. So using these pairs like that helps a lot in like very coordinated ways. If I look at euro yen's already broken, done this, as well, very clearly. This is a euro yen chart from this is the fall when it started heading up, and you had this flat correction before the breakout and follow through. And now you have in this euro yen in this resistance zone. A lot of things are pointing to the yen pairs pulling back a bit, which is going to be great news if you're not in it, or if you just want to get another piece in at a lower price. Swiss franc yen, you have the same story going on. Flag, breakout, and then follow through, and then something to keep in mind if you trade dollar yen is that what you have is this is a chart of gold, XAU, USD, and what you've had is, if you look at this weekly chart, a massive downtrend, and then you have what's basically like a flag breakout, and you can just draw it in a few different ways, but it's basically something like this, and this basically broke this downtrend. You have this major higher high, and that's caused this major higher low reaction down here. Again, this is a weekly chart, and you wouldn't necessarily expect just a massive green going up. You'd expect pullbacks along the way, and so that's what's happening. Now, this is where support's going to come in. This is a daily chart where my crosshair is at around these prior lows, okay? So you're getting a stall in the downside. is this going to be, if this turns around, this is going to be a very good place where people are going to buy. So this is a lot of support. So I wouldn't sell gold here. And if gold bounces, like is very likely to, because you already have on an hourly chart, you have a break of this high and a break of this high, which is going to invite more buyers to come in. So you can certainly technically just go long here at around around the 1202 area, or a bit lower. It looks like it possibly could drop a bit more, but basically just have a stop below the low, and for a move breaking this high to the 12 teens or the 1220s. But and if that happens, because gold and the dollar yen have been inversely correlated, meaning when gold goes up, dollar yen goes down, and vice versa. There have been some deviations from that correlation a bit, where you've had also when euro goes up, euro dollar goes up, dollar yen goes down. These kinds of, but that euro dollar yen correlation kind of became a lot looser. The gold dollar yen one is still kind of holding fairly strong, so you have to watch gold. Now, if gold is at support and it's on a shorter term, it's put in a higher high, and is now at a higher low location, chances are gold is going to get bought up. So gold is going to go up, right? That's, I don't know, it's a pretty poor arrow. Okay, if gold looks like it's going to go up from here, that would support dollar yen finding a resistance here and all the yen pairs. And so one thing where you have to watch out for conflict is right now there are strong enough signs where it's tradable to go long gold, or not necessarily short dollar yen. I'm a lot more iffy about doing that, just because dollar yen, when it tends to go, when the bulls start going, it can be very strong. And so maybe if gold goes up, dollar yen might just be flat, and so instead of going down. And so I'm very wary of going short dollar yen unless I see like a clear lower low, lower high type of situation. But one thing to keep in mind is if this move happens, if gold goes up and dollar yen goes down, dollar yen breaks to a new, back to that trend line that I showed you earlier down here. If that happens, you will have to be careful, because dollar yen is broken out to the upside, and so has gold. And if dollar yen starts chugging higher in a major massive move for hundreds or thousands of pips again, or like 1,000 pips, that's going to spell like doom for gold to breaking the new lows. And so you have to watch out for the possibility that correlation where dollar yen goes up, gold goes down, might break, and you're gonna have basically the reverse start to happen, where dollar yen will go up as gold goes up. And these correlations, they tend to change every few months, and so don't get stuck on this correlation that exists right now. On a longer term basis, the only way the gold and dollar yen charts can make sense is if gold goes up as dollar yen goes up. But right now they're going the opposite way. So right now, with dollar yen at a pullback location, if you look here, this is now entering the Fibonacci, or a retracement area of this drop. Now that it's entering some kind of resistance, and gold is at support, you have a situation where they're kind of approaching some form of agreement, where they're in locations where they can kind of move with consistency. But after this move, you will have to watch out, and certainly, as bullish as I am gold, I have a harder time betting against dollar yen, and so you just want to keep that in mind, because the relationship between those two pairs is going to get a lot of attention. And if that correlation starts to shift, it will really confirm that both dollar yen and gold are going to start heading into major bull moves longer term. So anyway, hope that was helpful, and good luck trading.